This is a true story. I train MMA, so I've always been able to handle myself when push comes to shove. I plan to make a career out of it, so I'll change the names of the people involved and keep my name anonymous for now. This happened just 2 days ago, in my quiet, relatively safe town where nothing ever really happens. I was with my girlfriend Katie, just driving around from park to park. Eventually, we stopped at a park down the road from my house. Right next to it, there's a clearing, a small grassy area bordered by dense trees. Behind the clearing runs a small river, mostly hidden unless you follow a narrow path through the trees that leads to a patch of land near the water. It's secluded, and the thick woods behind it make it hard to see into. Katie and I walked down to the clearing, crossed the creek and hung out on that patch of land. That's when I started hearing faint noises, like someone walking just beyond the tree line. Katie asked if I heard it too. I nodded and told her we should probably go. She had her weed pen with her at the time, but didn't realize she'd dropped it. Later that night, I was hanging out with my neighbor Jaden. I hate to admit it, but I took some mushrooms. While we were talking, I brought up what had happened earlier, and the fact that Katie had lost her pen. We decided to go back and look for it. By the time we got to the park, the mushrooms were kicking in. The clearing was lit only by moonlight, calm, quiet, almost peaceful. We were messing around on the swings when we started hearing noises again. I brushed it off at first, thinking it was just the shrooms, until Jaden said, "Yo, did you hear that?" I did. For some reason, I suggested we check it out. Jaden agreed, and we started walking toward the clearing. About 20 feet out, we heard the voices again, 2 people talking. I couldn't make out the words, but it definitely wasn't our imagination. Then Jaden tapped me on the shoulder and pointed his flashlight at a tree. There was writing on it. It was smeared in some kind of dark red liquid, still dripping. I couldn't read what it said, but it gave me an awful feeling. We kept moving toward the river. The voices stopped. As we reached the bottom of the small hill, right before we would have had to cross the creek again, the voices came back, this time just feet away. Jaden raised his flashlight. 2 naked men, covered in what looked like blood, were standing in front of us. They were holding machetes. Then they let out this inhuman scream. I don't even know how to describe it. It didn't sound real. I've never been more terrified in my life. We ran, through the brush, through the trees, back toward the street, hearts pounding. I could hear them chasing us, making primal, guttural noises behind us. As soon as we hit the streetlights near the neighborhood, the sounds stopped. When we turned around, they were gone. We walked home in shock, and being on mushrooms made it 1,000 times worse. I didn't sleep that night, but I wish that had been the end of it. The next night, I took Katie out on a date. After I dropped her off, I was driving home, passing the same stretch of woods, when I saw them. The 2 men. They were sprinting toward the tree line. But this time, they didn't disappear into the forest. They just stood there watching me. I got to my street and pulled into my driveway. My garage is packed with junk, so I always park outside. Later that night, lying in bed listening to the rain, I started hearing noises outside my window. I peeked through the blinds just slightly, and they were there standing in my driveway, staring straight at me. My heart dropped. I tried to push the fear away to turn it into anger. I grabbed the pistol I keep in my room and went outside. They were gone. They must have seen me turn onto my street. They followed me. That's how they found me. This was last night. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm praying it's over. All I know is I'm never going back to those woods again.